With the draft just over a week away, we're talking safeties. Happy Monday, everybody. We appreciate your patience. Couple delays in some stuff we were doing before this, so we appreciate you guys waiting for us a little bit later than normal. But anyway, we're talking safeties today. We did cornerbacks last week, obviously with the potential retirement for Harrison Smith upcoming. And honestly, even if he does come back, this team does need safety help. There's a ton of good ones out there that you could look at the first round, second round, even maybe later into day 2 and into day 3 that could be options for this team that all have some potential. So it's a really intriguing spot for the Vikings. And again, like the main question is, if you stick and pick a safety at 18, is it too early, right? And that's kind of the argument when it comes to the popular name being Dylan Thieneman, which we'll show you where we're going to rank him in a bit here. But at the end of the day, it is a position the Vikings should look at, but do they necessarily take it at 18 remains to be seen.
Yeah, I suppose maybe that's a good place to start before we really give up our top 5. Nick Riley, I see you with this, and this is very solid, very solid. I think we're going to come close to what you had there. But yeah, I think this is a good time to kind of just, I guess, what is your thoughts if the Vikings should draft a safety at 18, or what do you think the Vikings should do at 18 at this point? And obviously, Thieneman is like by far the favorite, or at least the most mocked player getting drafted to us by a lot of the media. Do you think that's a good spot to get one? Would you get one there? What would you rather see for safety? And like, even if you didn't get one, if you say no at 18, like, where do you think is a good spot the Vikings could grab a safety at?
Right. See, that's a tricky one, right? And I did something that did come up note last week is that it was kind of reported that they're going anti-Kwesi with the draft. They're focusing more on production in college as opposed to potential traits that carry over to the NFL, which is kind of, Kwesi was more about that, trying to get the sleeper guy, the potential, the raw traits that you could eventually mold into something. This is going to be more of like, what have you done for me lately as it comes to the Vikings and making this pick? But when you do look at safety at 18, like, look, I've always been that type of guy that if you like a guy good enough and high enough, and the trade backs, you're like, okay, if we traded back, kind of like did last year with Donovan Jackson, if we trade back, we will not get this player. So I know it may be a reach based off some people's draft boards, but we like him enough, so let's take a swing, right? Because you look at last year where we were talking about safeties, talking about Starks going in the first round. Then you looked at a guy like Nick Amenwari, who a lot of people are like, nah, I don't know if he's really a first round talent. I wouldn't take him in the first round. I believe he fell to the second round. And looking back on it now, someone would have taken him in the first round and been happy with it, right?
Easily, yeah.
So it's one of those things. Like, you can look at positional value, you can look at all this type of stuff, but at the end of the day, it comes down to, does he fit a need? Is he near the top of your draft board? And would you be disappointed if you traded back and you lost out on him? So I just, with the kind of the new way that they're going about drafting, kind of the change in ideas of this front office and coaching staff, if it did come down to it where they took Dylan Thieneman at 18, I would not be upset. If I knew, like, this just means that they value him that high and they think he can come in, because obviously Flores would have a say in that, but they think he can come in and basically pick up where Harrison Smith will be leaving off if he chooses to retire. So, I mean, look, if you could trade back and get one later, I'd be fine with that. Or if you pass on it in the first round, there are still names in the second round, like the AJ Halseys of the world, that will be there for you at pick 49 if you did decide to pass on it in the first round. So, and then even, like, we'll talk about, like, there's names just down the board later, day 2, maybe even into day 3, that have some upside that you could probably take those days that might eventually, probably not going to be an automatic fill-in day 1 like it would be with an 18 number at number 18. Definitely a guy that you could mold into one of your future safeties.
Yeah, and welcome in, Skull and Roll, and our guy Nick Riley. We're gonna get into this in a second here, which is going to be our top 5, as you see here. Our top 5. Let me get over here. Our top 5 safeties. Just like we did last week, we kind of got this little drag thing going on here. Let me get it up so we can, like, move these guys around or whatever to come up with our top 5 safeties in this draft. But going back to this, I'm going to have to say, do we switch here? When going back to just the idea of picking a safety at 18, Dylan Thieneman, again, is the guy getting most mocked to us by most media and things like that. And I would have to say that I would prefer not to. I think I like Dylan Thieneman actually. At first, when I first watched him, I wasn't as big of a fan. But when I went back on him and like watch him a little bit more, I can see why people really do like him. But at the end of the day, I can still see the difference between him and like a Caleb Downs. And at the end of the day, like drafting a safety at 18 is generally high. And like you had a really good point with Aminori that he was like borderline whether he should be a first round pick or not. And obviously he ends up being arguably the most productive defensive player last year. Correct.
Who got defensive rookie of the year this last year?
Who did? Yeah.
I don't think he did, but
he probably didn't because he's a safety. They're not going to give it to a safety, but you could probably argue that he was up there. And that's the point. So I'm like, I'd like you get to 18, you trade back in any shape or form, even if it's like pick 22 and then you get him there, I would just feel better getting more picks and then picking a safety at that point. And with Dylan Thieneman specifically, it always scares me when there's like a guy who's been projected as a second round pick and then the combine happens. He goes crazy. Don't get me wrong. Like he really beat my expectations. I wasn't expecting this white boy to run 4.32 or whatever the fuck it was. So sorry. I was surprised. So to see that happening, I see why the athletic thing is like a big deal, but it's always scary to see a guy was going like mid-second and then gets boosted up all the way to top 20 in the draft. Cause a lot of times we see that happening and it ends up not working out. And going back to Aminori again, he's a guy whose name did go up the draft boards after having a really good combine and a really good 40 time. So at that point, I would say, you never really know, but I think most of the time, more often than not, it's usually not a great idea to reach on a player. And I don't know if he's considered a reach yet, but reach on a player because of, how he did in the combine or whatever. So if at the end of the day, like if that's their guy, that's who they really want. And we're sitting at 18 and there's just no trades coming in, no one else out there that we like. Then, I would be cool with it. But man, it'd be cool if you could trade back a little bit. Cause there's some of these defensive interior guys I would say over and over again. Yeah. That's a really big need too. So it's like, if you were able to trade back and still get Dylan Thieneman. And if not, you do still got EMW, which I would rather be even later, in my opinion, as well as one of these defensive interior guys.
Yeah. And that's kind of too
evil. Jamie and Casey agree. McCarthy should be arrested.
Thank you for the $1.99. Yeah, thank you for the $1.99. Go towards his bail money if he ever does get arrested. We'll be sure to put that towards getting him out.
Yeah, definitely. That should be enough. Maybe.
He got married this last weekend, by the way. See that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So congrats to McCarthy on his new marriage. Hopefully it's not distracting him too much from, doing what he's got to do to beat Kyler Murray. So that's going to be an interesting thing. Obviously we get to talk safeties. That's one thing we haven't really talked quarterback that much.
Yeah, no, it's been a little interesting, a little different. Kind of got the itch for it,
Yeah. You go up to this draft, like we don't need a quarterback for sure this draft. So I think we get to talk about some other things, including safety, which is the other biggest need, in my opinion, outside of defensive interior. Anyways, yeah. So I don't know. Any other thoughts before we kind of jump into the top five?
No, and I think when you said that, like defensive interior to me, I do kind of like that is still like. For me, the one name, because realistically, like Gillian's not going to fall. I don't even think McCoy will fall, but if you look at some PFF mock drafts, he does. Like that's kind of like the one name that I'm just like, God, if he's there, I am out. I'm completely out on trading back and just take him and just be done with it because I think he's an elite corner. But other than that, though, like if they took a safety again, I'd understand it. But I would still rather trade back and risk that maybe another one falls. Or go defensive interior. And honestly, if you trust some of those PFF mock drafts, Thieneman might not even be there by the time we pick anyway, because you see him climbing to go like top 15.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like it might be a blessing in disguise if someone else takes him early, and then you're kind of sitting there like, I think trading back might just be the best option here. We'll see. But again, like I think trading back, if you could still trade back and somehow grab one of those top defensive interior guys, I think that's the way that I would go with it.
Which Kenyon Sadiq is another obviously intriguing option. And we talked about the top 30 and I think, yeah, Nick mentioned it above that he got the call for top 30 visit, which is the first round pick that we have visiting us so far for the top 30. And obviously he's an interesting one too, but even him, like over Thieneman, I think, like I wouldn't be surprised if Thieneman doesn't actually go higher because it's just like his athleticism, I get it, but it's still a safety, all those things. So I'm not really buying that. But Sadiq, I am kind of buying that he ends up. There's going to be someone that's intrigued enough to spend a little extra on him in this draft. So that's kind of my guess. So I think Thieneman will be there personally, unless someone tries to jump us or whatever. But I just feel like, man, a safety that gets boosted up that way. I just feel like most people should be like a little worried about that, even though the tape kind of checks out in my opinion as well. But still, not gonna lie, I find it extremely hard to pass on Lemon if he's on the board as well. Yeah.
If they took a wide receiver, that would just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, again, they
but
I
mean, if you think
Randy
he's
Moss in 98, like they didn't need a wide receiver, but he was there, and it's like just too good to pass on.
Yeah.
So again, if he's top of your draft board, you might just pull the trigger on it, you know?
Well, I mean, if you have other guys that you want are gone, like we need a defensive interior guy. We just do, like bad nose tackle. That's the only position I think we're desperate for. For some reason, I'm starting to get this vibe that Harrison Smith is going to come back for some reason. Yeah. Just because why would he just keep kicking this can down the road? I don't know. But so as far as like, I don't think we're like completely automatically have to go with position of need. If there is a situation where it's like, man, all the guys are gone that we want, as well as like nobody's giving us anything of value trading back, fuck it, we're gonna grab the best player here. And if it ends up being a wide receiver, that'll just be interesting because obviously it sounds like Lemon. Wait, is it Lemon or am I thinking Lemon or what's the Arizona guy? Lemon's the USC guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with him though is like he just seems kind of weird, but I don't know. Maybe that's not a bad thing. But I know the Arizona guy who has injury history, but it sounds like, man, with all that injury history, people think he'd be going probably be the number one wide receiver in the draft. Yeah, Tyson. So even him, I know Tyson gets brought up a lot as well as a guy that could potentially be there. But I have a feeling I kind of hope all three of those guys get picked before us, just so just so that it like makes more players of what I think we do need. I think I'd rather see Sadiq over one of these wide receivers just because I feel like we're good at wide receiver. If we can get a guy like a tight end who's that big, much of a freak, I just think that'd be really interesting. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
For sure.
Adam in the building. Oh,
Adam.
Our guy Darren in the building as well. Casey, you going to the Will the Thrill signing? Is that okay?
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be sick.
Welcome in, Adam. Welcome in, my guy. All right, let's do it. Let's get into our top 5 safeties in this year's draft. Let's see, make sure I picked the right one this time, and I did not. There we go. Our top 5 safeties in this draft. Last time we went 1 through 5. I think we'll do it again. We'll also, if there's like any like not just disagreements or any like who's better, I don't know, not with just us, but with the rest of everyone in the chat, I think we do have to go back and watch maybe some of their highlights. And I already know 2 names that we might have to go do that with because I think one of the biggest ones, maybe not for the most people, but if it wasn't for the combine, one of the biggest position battles in the draft probably be between Thieneman and EMW. And I think that is very fair pre-combine. So I do think we should check those guys out, which brings me to number 1. I know I have Thieneman number 1 ? On this thumbnail, but after watching Caleb Downs, man, that guy just seems like he can just do everything
right. Yeah.
Want. This is a guy that arguably at some points was considered the top player in the entire NFL draft, outside of just being a safety. And I just got to agree that I do think Caleb Downs is number 1.
I mean, he feels like you want to talk about someone that comes in just can do what Harrison Smith did for us for years, where they can play it. They can play deep safety. They can get up at the line of scrimmage. They can make some hits. They just do everything that you want a safety to do. Yeah. I mean, obviously probably not going to have a shot there, but yeah, just the talent's there for sure. There's a reason he's being talked about as a potential like top 5, top 10, maybe even top 5 pick.
Yeah. Yep. And I definitely agree there. So Caleb Downs, we are going to put number 1 on this. Oops, that's not the Caleb Downs I wanted there. So Caleb Downs. So yeah, that brings us to the next one here. And I know our guy Nick, who already kind of threw his top 5 in here: Downs, EMW, Thieneman, Stukes, Halsey / Genesis Smith there. He's got him at number 2. And I think most people at this point do have Thieneman here. I'm actually going to bring this up in a poll as well here. But, I mean, what do you I guess, I mean, should we talk about what we think, or should we kind of look at both of them, maybe a small highlight clips, and kind of just maybe we'll just base off an opinion from there? I've looked into them a little deeper than that. But might as well bring it up just to take a peek.
Yeah, I think so.
And in the meantime, I'm going to put this up because StreamYard added a new poll tool or whatever. So I want to see how that works.
Well, I don't know if we have any Twins fans in here, but they're not hot ass. I'm shocked.
Right now.
They're up 5-0 bottom of the second inning.
Are they?
Crazy. Man.
I know that is. Yeah, they're a weird team.
I mean, it's just they're. I mean, we won't talk too much baseball on here, but their starting pitching, good lineup hitting, relief pitching will be their downfall. Not great. All right. Whenever you're ready. 7-0, by the way.
Dang.
Crushing it. All right.
Yep. There we go. Is everybody getting that? I don't know. Let me know if you guys are seeing this.
It's on there.
Oh, is it?
I can see it on the yeah.
Bring him in. I don't know if it's actually working. Type 1 or 2 okay. So type 1 or 2 in chat. All right, that's what it is. If you got EMW, type 1. If you got Thieneman, type 2. For who is number 2 in the chat, or number 2 safety in the draft, put 1 or 2 in the chat. There we go.
Remember what? Hey Jamie, remember when I said 5-0 a little bit ago? Like 2 seconds ago? Did I say 5-0?
Something like that.
10-0.
10-0. Jesus. Okay. All right. Anyways, back this up a little bit. All right. So Thieneman, let's see what happens here.
Again, you know me. I'm all for just I'm all for just waiting to draft an Oregon safety next year. But
right.
That's just me.
Obviously. Yeah, you like that he can't come off the edge and blitz. Obviously, what was his 40 time? Like 4.32? 4.36?
Yeah, 4.3 something, I think. Yeah, like high mid 4.3s.
So he definitely brings that level. Not all of these safeties who can play in the secondary is also coming up and blitzing. And that's the kind of stuff you see from Harry the Hitman.
Good recognition on that.
Good instincts on that. Let's see what else. Jumping that. He ended up catching it, or
no, he knocked it away.
Let's see. So you're always just seeing the speed, and just there is some instinct. Obviously, there's just highlights. So this is only like a slice of the whole pie, but
just, I mean, if you want to see what they can do well, right? Like that's
yeah. There's a difference. The bad part is like, I don't know. I've watched enough highlights videos to be like, you can tell the difference of like, oh, this guy has a high ceiling,
right?
But
I think he does for sure.
Oh, dude, definitely. Not to mention all his grade. He grades out like top, almost top of the class.
11-0, by the way. Another home run.
Jesus. Coming in. So you're definitely seeing a bit of everything from him. That's for sure. Blitzing, hard hitting, decent tackling. Sheen also monster in the box, always forcing fumbles as well. Thieneman has better ball skills, takes good angles to the ball. Yeah. And I would personally, and when we make our top 5, this is definitely with the idea of
What
what
we
we
think the
think
Vikings need.
need. And we think the Vikings you got Josh Metellus already. And I
Yeah,
know
and
we
he's
use him for a
that
lot of
type of guy that can just do it all, but
yeah,
not like, yeah, he's not
including like
athletic enough
stacking the
to be a
ball. He's
cover
more of
safety though.
a strong safety. We need a free safety, someone that can hang out in the back and get interceptions. So I am on he isn't great. What I don't like about him though is he isn't great against the run. He still had like he was still up there in run defense grade and stuff though. But that's the thing is like I 100% am sacrificing run defense from this safety pick for coverage and ball skills. Because I think that's what we need more from this specific, what we need from a safety. If you're going to replace Harrison Smith, obviously Harrison Smith can kind of do it all, but you're talking about a free safety that you have in the backfield who can get interceptions and things like that. So if it comes down to like, what am I worried more about? Run defense or coverage? I'm leaning towards coverage with our safety pick this year.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, those are nice tackles. Those are good.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we can call it on that. Oh, I guess you guys can go subscribe to that. I guess we're watching this video, so that's only fair.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We should shout out Sports Productions. Good shit, actually. I think I was watching a lot of their stuff.
Oops. All right.
Sports Productions. Go drop them a sub.
Nice play. Nice play there, Mike. And that's the thing on top of all of this that we're watching is like at the end of the day, the athleticism does come into play here. Like if you're split between these guys, and we talked about it before the draft, that's why these two were one of the biggest people we're going to watch to see what the athleticism difference is, to kind of see who can go above each other. And I think Dylan Thieneman really won that battle. Even though EMW is still pretty good in coverage as well.
Nice. Overrated. Okay, interesting.
Is that EMW seems overrated? Very interesting. Huh. I wonder what was it? It's Emmanuel
McNeil Warren.
Yeah, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. It's just easier to call him EMW. I wonder what Emmanuel McNeil Warren's 40-yard dash time was, or what was it again?
Did he run it at the combine?
Yeah, he did.
4.52.
4.52. Yeah, so between a 4.3, and then what was Dylan Thieneman's? Is between a 4.32.
4.35.
4.35. 4.52. Yeah, McNeil Warren is 4.52 according to. See here. Yeah, so you're seeing them making the plays, the box stuff. This one's not really showing a ton of his stuff in coverage, I guess. But I know he has a pretty good coverage grade at the very least. I've kind of looked into a little bit more. I know that's why there's like this one draft video that does Jennison Smith super dirty. We'll get into Jennison Smith a little bit here. But all right, I think we can keep going here.
Yeah. So anyway, like Jamie said, go check out Sports Productions. Drop him a sub. Give him a like.
You want.
Good stuff.
We appreciate him.
Oops, sorry.
So yeah, I don't know. When it comes to obviously, if we're just going to keep moving on here from this poll, I think, even though we got one vote in here and it's EMW, But if it was coming down to me, I think I gotta give Dylan Thieneman number 2.
I
I
agree.
just think he can do everything that you want from a safety, in my opinion. But plus, he's going to be better in coverage, and I do think we need more of a free safety with ball skills and things like that. So I
Yeah.
am going to put him number 2. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think EMW is going to be number 3 right after him.
Yeah, I think there's no
Yeah.
question there.
Yep, I like that.
So this is when things get well, not super difficult. I think now I guess the big question here, and I know what, I'm just gonna say it like this because I am with Nick on this one, and that is I personally probably would put Stukes number 4. But between Stukes, Halsey, and Genesis Smith for 4 and 5, I think Stukes. Obviously, what is it? Trade on Stukes.
Yeah.
What did trade in Stukes 40-yard dash was?
He didn't do it at the combine.
I think it's pro day. Trade in Stukes.
Oh no, he did.
No,
Stukes did his 4.33.
Oh yeah, you just have to look at safety.
Yeah, Genesis Smith did not run his at the combine.
Yeah, he ended up running a 5.4 or a 4.5 flat.
But yeah, 4.33 for Stukes.
Yeah,
with him, the thing that's going to off-put people is he is older, 6th-year senior, coming on. He's had a tore his ACL in 2024. Those are the things that are going to push him, obviously, to where he's at, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing with Bud Clark, older prospect, both talented, but the age will scare some people away.
Yeah, but you're getting the coverage, you're getting playmaking out of Stukes, you're getting all of the stuff that you want. Obviously, I don't know what the whole. When I watched this stuff, it looked like he was playing cornerback, but then it looks like he was also playing safety there for Arizona too. So I don't really know how they were playing him. I know there's a lot of websites.
Kilgore, right?
Like yeah. There's a lot of websites that have him as more of a cornerback, but now it seems obviously even NFL.com has him more of a safety. And that athleticism and that playmaking and everything and that coverage scale, I think it's something. Obviously, again, we're kind of leaning towards that type of thing. So I'm gonna have to go with Stukes here at 4, I think.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to watch anything.
We can do everything.
Yeah, put Stukes up there.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, and then I'm a fan of Halsey at 5.
So yeah, if it's between them two at 4, I would say that's what it is. I think it's AJ Halsey, but based on most people. The one thing is I want to bring up Genesis Smith. And Nick, let me know your thoughts on that, because this is what I see in him. Again, we keep talking about it. We keep talking about that that we feel like we need more of a free safety, someone who can get interceptions, make plays there, and good in coverage and all that good stuff. And I think when it comes to Genesis Smith, I think he could arguably be one of the best in that specific area as like the ball. He has a 42-inch vert. I said he had 4.5 combine or 40, which is pretty good for someone of his size, who I think he's like 6'3", 200 something pounds, has like almost a 33-inch arms or whatever. He's just lengthy. He has the size that you want, especially for a free safety. And I think he plays great coverage there. The biggest thing is against the run and his tackling. His tackling is pretty trash. It's like he doesn't even try to tackle when he gets up to somebody. And that's just the biggest thing. And when I've watched some of the stuff, like you can see the instincts in the run game. Like you can see him get there and you can see him go through players and all of these things where I'm like, he has potential in the run game. It's just when he gets to the player, he's just arm tackling and things like that. So I'm like, this seems like a guy that could, like, if you just fix or at least improve his tackling, I think he could end up I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being one of the, assuming that he gets picked like late 3rd, if not further along, one of the steals in the draft. If you're able to help with his tackling.
Yeah. But anyway, let's pull up some Stukes. This is Under the Radar Prospects YouTube channel, by the way. Nope. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you just see that coverage.
Just ton of ability. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's just good cornerback play. Like he
Yeah.
looks good as a cornerback. Yeah. Good instincts. Yeah. I mean, all that stuff is pretty good. Yeah. I mean, come on. See, he's playing it. Yeah, he's a stud. That's another thing too. Is it is kind of. I mean, obviously he's a little bit older, but it's like if you don't pick a safety in the first round, like there's a world where Stukes is sitting there in the second round at pick 49. You know,
Right.
so that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I'm cool with that at 4.
Yeah, and I'm with you here, Nick. I would say ball skills why AJ House is probably the best. Smith, crazy upside, but I'm with exactly. That's what it feels like. Like the upside, like you figure out the tackling thing, and you're like if he could tackle anywhere near any of these other guys we're watching, you're putting him up. I mean, you could argue that he could be number 3 potentially, based off of his ball skills and everything, and his coverage skills. But yeah, no, I'm comfortable with putting Stukes 4. And then I'm with you. I think we can just because of that, because AJ again, Halsey, what was AJ Halsey's 40-yard dash?
4.52. So a little on the slower side.
So yeah, 4.52, and then but he still played pretty good in coverage. He's like a all he can do it all. He's like he's like EMW, but just not as good as EMW, I think, so far, based off of what I've seen. So I think you get an all around guy compared to a dude that like he definitely has to work on his passing or his tackling and things like that. So I do think we put, and this is kind of like, I would say this isn't a very surprising list by any means compared to like what we did with the cornerbacks a little bit, but maybe there is. Other than like maybe there's some people who have Halsey going over Stukes, and maybe a lot of that comes down with age. But I think for now, yeah, I like that. You got Caleb Downs, number 1, Dylan Thieneman, number 2, EMW, number 3, Stukes 4, and Halsey, number 5. Let's go.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's go. So now, what do you think? Should we just run a mock?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it. Good idea. All right. 1 second. There we go. All right. 5 round. Should we do full 7?
Let's do full 7.
Sweet.
I mean, maybe use some of
all this stuff look good. A little bit slower to start.
You can go 1 faster, I would say. There you go. All right. Let's see what happens.
Roll.
Run it. Run it. A week and a half away, basically. Dylan Thieneman off the board. Jerron McCoy off the board.
That's wild. Sadiq's right there.
Oh, this is interesting. You got Tyson out there too. EMW. Yep. Kenyon Sadiq.
See at
still there. What's the trades looking like?
25 with the Bears, 27 with the Niners, 71 with the Commanders. Like what?
Yeah. Nah, fuck you. Man, maybe we go for. I mean, we could go Sadiq, or
we've never really done that before. We never just taken Sadiq.
One thing we never really else have done in a while, anyways, is trade back and grab a defensive interior in a while.
Right, but I mean, we could look at San Fran 27.
I mean, we can trade with the Bears.
I guess who will give us the better deal here? I mean, I
We
mean,
got
I
more
don't know if the
pick.
Bears will be willing to part with their top two. Well,
Offer it.
44% chance. Offer? No.
Click it
Offer
again.
again? Yes.
All right. Run
Cool.
it.
Tyson. Oh, there goes Sadiq. Okay.
Okay. And we're going to do our top 5 defensive interiors next week. But right now, I'm kind of with Nick right now as far as like I just think Peter Woods has the most upside.
Mhm. I mean, size-wise, not exactly what we're looking for. I mean, if you're looking for
Like
what this team needs, it's probably more of a Caden McDonald type.
right.
But I mean, at this point, it's really tough to pass on just what Peter Woods brings to the table.
He would still be the biggest guy on our line.
Yeah.
10.
Right.
What's the trade looking like?
Pick 30, I believe, was
the
with
highest.
The Dolphins, then 31 New England, 32 Seattle.
Okay. Let's go with Zeke is more anytime it can. What do you think we should do here? What's Peter Woods EDP in this? ADP?
He's down like 32. We could probably realistically
give it a shot, a trade back shot.
I guess with the Dolphins at 30, what would they be willing to give up? Not that 75 potentially.
Let's offer it.
Okay.
I feel like I've been seeing him go earlier than this.
Are we risking it? Okay, he's still there. Good. All right. Well, I'm done trying to trade back.
Pull the trigger.
Rip it. All right. Cool.
Oh man, we looking good now.
So many draft picks.
All of the draft picks.
The
Hunter. Yeah, we don't even care about you anymore, bud.
Yeah, AJ Halsey just went. Jacob Rodriguez just went.
You still do have Stukes in there, probably.
They have him as a safety on here.
Oh, he's gone.
Where did he go?
Unless he is a corner. Oh, he must be a corner.
Oh, they must have him as corner on here.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
there.
he's okay. I mean,
okay,
we could get him with our next pick.
Okay, what should we do right now then?
I mean, we've already. I mean, I know last week we talked about Pons and Abney don't necessarily fit what we're looking for.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we could take a chance at Jadarian.
We could, yeah. Jake Galladay, is there one of the guys named on the top 30 visit?
Yeah. What's our trade back?
Trade back would be 52 with the Packers.
Run it
for a trade.
Yeah, give them all our set. Give them all.
84? No, 120.
Will they do 84? No.
Not without giving them something else. 97.
Give them all our sevens.
No. 13%. They would give us 52 and 84. Yeah.
They won't give us 120.
Yeah.
Oh. Grab 153. Grab 160. And give them all our sevens. And our 196.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't want to pick them later.
Then why we do 7?
I don't know.
Offer.
Damn.
F it. If they don't take it, we'll just
all right.
Okay.
All right. Damn. I'm gonna have to say I still like Keith Abney. I know he's a little smaller. Go to his first look.
6 foot.
6 foot 190 still. I liked him. Sure. I like Pons too, as far as like a playmaker goes, but I just don't think that's what we need. I think Abney's just a better, just straight up coverage. So I would be cool with picking Abney here.
Sure. All right, and then we're just thinking we'll go Stukes here.
Yeah, let's just do it. I see him right there.
Top of the board.
Yep.
Suspicion. Safety. I mean, will play safety. Did they have that on here that he like play safety in the NFL at all? Yeah.
I mean, we might go pick up. I mean, at this point, he might go back and pick up his teammate at the end of the third.
Yeah.
Jadarian was still there as well. So we got defensive interior, corner, safety.
Yep. Really knocking out 75. I know obviously we've talked a lot about center as well.
Yeah.
Which they're all still
there.
They're all still there.
Connor Lewis probably going to
running back names have been kind of popping up.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like Claiborne's a guy they've done a lot of work on. Obviously you get him
Claiborne and Katron Allen, I think, are decent later picks, and now we have
Emmett Johnson, of course. If it wasn't for
what's the trade back here?
84 would be the soonest with the Packers. They've already been shown.
I know Nick's a Connor Lew guy, correct? I believe.
Yeah.
So we can either just pull Connor Lew in right now.
I don't know. I don't think. Obviously, you're not going to feel safe trading back to get him at 80 or at 82. Yeah. So I'm cool. I'm cool as pulling.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And we're up again.
Another center still there.
Anthony Hill Jr. I think at this point you have this many picks, you can take a chance on him. And I know the Vikings have him coming as well, I believe, right?
Yep.
I do like Chandler Rivers, but obviously we kind of have the whole thing going with the
okay. Nick loves it. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
It is, as we talked about last year, even it is kind of a quiet position of need, right? You have Eric Wilson up there in age, Blake Cashman injury history,
Mm-hmm.
Ivan Pace, who knows, complete wild card.
Yeah,
maybe I like that one.
Productive season, but
yeah, I think that's a good one.
Genesis Smith is gone. I wanted to double down. Damn it. That sucks.
You look at running back. Jonah Coleman's still there. It's wild.
What's the trade back looking like? We just need
101.
All right. What else? You guys 142? What's up? Is that their only trade back?
120 and 188 would be the only other two.
Grab the 101 and let's grab 142. Yeah. Grab 144 and get rid of all our sevens. And get rid of all our sevens. And 196. There we go. Offer it. Offer again. Offer again. All right. Back up. No. Okay. Get rid of the 144. And then there. Get rid of those two. Yeah, we don't need those two sevens.
They'd probably take it without them.
Maybe. Let's just make sure they take this one. No, make sure they take this one. There we go.
I did. Calm down.
God dang it, Casey. Listen, I'm just kidding. All right. I do not know what to do here. I know Cincinnati if he's there in the next round. I do like that T-Bass. Where is he at? Yeah, we'll go look at him. That's actually a really good idea.
He's right there, 107.
Yeah, pick him because click him real quick because obviously we took Peter Woods, who's 310. It would not hurt for us to take a guy who is
for sure
6'1", 335 pounds. I actually really like this T-Bass.
Yeah, I do too.
Pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's go. I like that. Welcome in, T-Bass, by the way. What they have at wide receiver. Who's the wide receivers you like around this? Nick. See any names, running back names popping off here? We're coming up quick.
Oh, there goes Emmett Johnson and Nick Singleton.
All right, go to the running backs. We still got Katron Allen, and I like Allen. I don't know. I haven't really watched Le'Veon Moss or Jaden or whatever his name is yet. You can see. So I guess we could have probably get Claiborne at 163.
Right.
If that's
and again, like smaller guy, doesn't have much like
type
a
runner,
pass
something we
catching
don't really
threat,
have.
but
Well, click on Allen's name. Like, look at that.
Yeah, 1,300 yards. Obviously, that's 1,300 yards with another running back taking.
Yeah, first look. Allen is somewhat limited his overall athletic profile. Okay, but when viewed through a lens of power back, short yards, so he projects user committee contributor. So it's kind of what we have in Mason.
Right.
You know what? Let's go. Let's bank on Claiborne just to get something different in this. Who else do we got here? Is any wide receivers that's interesting? Claiborne is my guy, he says. Okay. So let's go. We'll try to get Claiborne on the next pick. How do you feel about any of these wide receivers, Nick? Or we could look at tight end too. What up, Bob Sweet in the building? Like, is Marlon Klein? Click his name real quick. Yeah. He must be 6'6", 250. So I'm a fan of. Where's Allen at for wide receivers?
Right at the top there.
Yeah.
5'11", 180.
5'11", 180. It's not really what we need.
Damn. He's a touchdown jump.
What's his name? Cyrus Allen 40-yard dash combine. What do you think? Cyrus Allen 40-yard dash combine.
I don't think he ran at the combine. Doesn't look like.
Pro day.
Let us see. 4.47 at his pro day in March.
4.47. I feel like this ain't a guy we really want. Also, a fan of CJ Daniels. He's still there. Yeah, we picked up what's his name?
Anthony Hill Jr.
Anthony Hill Jr.
Yep. Here's what it looks like so far: Woods, Abney, Stukes, Connor Lew, Hill Jr.,
Anthony Hill,
Corleone.
And Stukes would be a safety.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. I just wish I kind of wish Chris Johnson was there over Abney, in my opinion. Oh yeah, Katrin Allen, 4.47 seconds. Oh man. I mean, what's the tight end with the best receiving?
Oh, that's not bad.
What's
620 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5'4", 249, or 6'4", 259.
Okay, good enough for me.
Lacks the baseline athleticism need to stick at the next level.
Don't pick him. All right, click out of this. Fuck. I don't know what to do. What are you feeling? I'm gonna let you pick this one.
Grab a guard. Honestly,
good.
Grab a guard. 6'5" through 15.
Mm-hmm.
Those Iowa guys know how to run block. Know how to block in general.
Yeah, I'm cool with.
Let's do it. Why not? Guard depth.
Let's do it. All right, let's see if we can get Claiborne at 163 here.
EPA.
And there you go. We're going to just pull the trigger.
Sure.
Claiborne is in the building. I know I kind of have to look at. I have to go watch him.
Probably just turbo.
Probably spend after defensive interior. I'm going to watch him running backs.
All right. What else are we looking for? What does this guy do?
He does
nothing.
Wide receiver time. Just pick all the wide receivers.
What do we got? Chase Roberts.
Size. It's Chase size.
6'4", 210.
Ooh, I like that. Tanner is better, he says.
Was he talking about the last pick we made?
Well, we made that running back that he likes.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Unless it's a tight end that we just clicked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at that receiving grade.
We're looking for someone who's not a running back.
6'7",
valuable red zone option. We need that. Okay. I like
that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
And then final pick. Let me check some. I doubt it. I'm going to check anyway.
You're looking for the Minnesota defensive interior guy.
He's gone. I figured he'd be gone.
Where did he go? Usually you can get him around this. We probably gave up our.
Yeah.
And he's made his. He's right there.
Where?
Fourth.
Oh, Devin Eastern. Yeah, 220. Okay.
Interesting. All right, wide receiver, I guess.
Best wide receiver available. Grab the best punter in the draft with a late round pick. Good.
Yeah, I like that. Let's do it.
What? Punter?
Punter. Yeah, I like that.
Special teams. The best punter is Brett Thorson. Show no stats. Okay. I love it.
Punter's not cool enough to get stats.
Unless we got anybody with a better
Average
name.
that one. Ooh, some of these guys' ADP is higher than others though. Like that average draft position is 106.
It's probably his like mom taking him. You know what? Screw it. We're doing it.
No, let's go to the Gator guy.
We did it.
Yeah. People know. Man, people are picking him in the third round, like right outside the third round, fourth round. Shit. All right, how do we do? They like the price over. Ooh, They don't love this one.
It's all right.
B+. I disagree with them. I like that. Trade back at Peter Woods. Obviously, that's a good one. I wish Chris Johnson was there. I think Stukes is a safety at that one. Is going to be good. Older, but he's a safety. They last longer usually. Connor Liu, Anthony Hill Jr. Yeah. I really do like the Peter Woods, Dante Corleone combination there. Now you're really bringing some size to this defensive line with that combo. I would love for them to do something like that.
I mean, Peter Woods, Corleone, drawing a blank, Jalen Redmond.
Yeah,
with the likes of LDR and Tyler Dawkins kind of following him up.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. I like it.
I would be happy with that draft. I would be very, very happy with that draft.
Yeah, so I would like even something like that with like the Peter Woods thing. Like I would prefer a trade back.
Yeah.
Instead of just getting Dylan Thiedemann straight up.
Right.
Because we just need it. We just need a defensive interior guy that bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else?
I think let's go. I think that's it, man. Next week we're gonna do defensive interior and then combine time, and we'll probably do
draft time.
Like a half hour, or what I say, combine draft time. We'll probably do like a half hour stream right before the draft starts.
Yeah.
Headed into it and all that good stuff. But yeah, I think that's it for now.
Yeah, but anyway, we will see you guys on Monday. Make sure to join us then. We'll talk about defensive interior guys. Again, a position Jamie and I have been thinking this team needs a highly touted draft pick sooner rather than later. And there's a ton of guys you can get in this draft with the trade back. So we'll talk about them next week, probably do another mock draft. Make sure to join us then. Until that time, though, you guys have a great rest of your week. See you Monday.